to the Table Talk Otaku podcast. My name is Okami. I hail from a decent sized town in Pennsylvania, from a small town in Oklahoma. I'm a Christian, which affects all my views. And we got one more person with us.
Yes, sir. Name's Pat. Just Pat is fine. I hail from the coastal regions of the United States, and I just finished eating.
Yep.
Uh,
Cobalt
I
is counter striking, so I doubt he'll come play, or come.
yeah, he's probably also watching whatever championships go on right now because I know he's been invested since apparently Team Liquid's back in action. Like they're
Yeah,
like ranked 43, but they beat a ranked 3 team yesterday or day before yesterday.
yeah, he tried to tell me about it. I wasn't that interested, but
Speaking of, me and him actually met up for lunch yesterday.
nice. Where'd y'all go?
There's a little seafood joint right off the interstate when he was passing through. So I got but we actually both able to get a fish basket. But for appetizers, we also got some crab balls, and I got I and seasoned. I mean Cajun fries topped with crab sauce. It was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, sounds good. Well,
Indeed.
I
Actually,
had
no, I need to put that in the chow food. I only took a picture of my fish basket and the crab fries, but still, give me an idea what we were working with.
yeah. Well, I haven't been doing much other than catching poison ivy all over my left
Yeah,
arm.
my condolences because I haven't had a case since I was a child, but that shit is miserable.
Did I put it in the chat? I think I did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I put that I didn't recognize it because I haven't seen it grown out that much. There's like a whole, like, actual full on, like, just ivy bush that our neighbor has, and I didn't know it was poison ivy because I've never seen one that big. I've only seen it just, on the just one or two leaves at a time, or a small bundle. I haven't ever seen it with a ton like that. But all right, well, we are gonna take a small break
you know,
just
sir.
for a second so we can do something that she thought she got out of, but she did not.
Uh oh,
I have got to
who's
get.
who's dodging?
Gami's trying to get out of the blah blah blah.
Wait the fuck a minute!
Oh no,
Yes.
Come here
Yes.
streaming!
not gonna happen, girl.
As it cools down, hopefully my Wi-Fi will stabilize, but I'm not entirely positive that it will. You ain't getting away. I wasn't planning on it. I was planning on you coming when stream was over. But sure, yeah.
I'm glad you're having fun with it, Okami.
Yeah.
Tell Pat I
I
said
need to
hi.
find my floss.
Wow.
There it is.
Blah blah blah. There we go. We got it.
Tell Pat to get his
Got a
ass
piece
in
of
here.
steak
What
in
the
my
fuck?
teeth.
Got it on stream.
On stream. You gotta call her out like that?
What do you mean call her out like that?
On stream.
She's expecting us to raid.
Oh,
That's what she said. Well, I mean, not raid. She said that she's expecting us
raid.
to come by afterwards. But no, I've for somehow I got dragged into learning a little bit about what's going on with, like, the AI stuff, and then the data centers, eminent domain, and all that. So we'll talk about that sometime. But then I also saw on the news and stuff. Um, Wait a second. Now I'm blanking on what I was going to say. Boom, boom, boom. Let me bring it up because I know it's still going on. whatever it was. Oh, Mike McCarthy's still not out of the hospital.
Oh, the politician.
Yeah, or is
Oh
it
shit.
Mike McCarthy or is it
I, I know.
Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, I think
Might
Mitch
be.
McConnell's the one that got
That's it.
sick, but he didn't get hospital. I mean, he got hospitalized, but the other one, what's it, Lindsey Graham passed away.
Yeah, that we already talked about that 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago. But 2 weeks ago, we were talking how Mitch McConnell did an update. Well, he did an update, but everyone that's close to him, other than his wife, of course, is saying they still have not seen him and that he's still in the hospital.
that's fucking crazy.
And that everyone's still saying that he could be dead. And they're just trying to hold out until it gets past the time when they can do the special election.
Mm.
But yeah. So that's going on. And then there was something else that was trending. Oh, I don't remember. Oh yeah, Trump. It's been 2 weeks, so this happened right after we did the other podcast. Trump released all the documents from the 2000 election.
Yeah, I saw that. Like a bunch of redacted stuff got removed too, but there's still some redacted stuff.
Well, but basically, he just proved that it was essentially stolen.
There was
Quiet,
collusion.
yeah, quieting all the people that kept saying that stop saying it was stolen or whatever. But he literally
Rebuttal, but
released.
what if it was stolen?
Yeah. Oh no, I mean rebuttal was we have the
It actually is.
documents. Here you go.
Yeah, I know.
And he just released them. that's, that's the crazy part. That's the one thing I do enjoy about Trump. He's just like, okay, if you don't want to believe it, then I'll just release it. And it's just like, well, that's what we all kind of just want half the time. So
Just a little bit of honesty.
also proved that that Venezuela's election was basically stolen when the president we took over um, grabbed it. So we did. That's probably why Trump decided to take him out. So, but it's
I mean, I'm sure there's multiple reasons why they decided to take him out, but yeah.
yeah. But that was the big news I saw. There's lots of small news. Yeah. Um. I mean, other than me just getting poison ivy.
I mean, I got some small news too. Actually, where was I gonna go? Oh, uh, I tried. I gave a bit to Cobalt too, but for shits and giggles, I ordered this energy drink called cocaine.
Why
It's
would you
it,
do that?
I got the peach mango flavor. It's actually I tried it today for the first time. Only half the can. It's actually pretty good. It tastes like some good peach mango soda. There is a bit of sugar in it, and total about 280 milligrams of caffeine. But I guess I said, "Cobalt, you want to try one?" He was like, "Shit, I drink energy drink. It's nobody's business." So he's probably had his bump by now.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a bunch of friends and coworkers that drink energy drinks, so I was gonna message. Was like, "Hey, yeah, I got something you might want to try. Cocaine them."
Yeah.
And other small personal news, I got 3 guns that have working binary triggers in them. It's the kind of trigger that when you pull it, it fires, and when you let go, it releases, it fires again, including a Glock 19, which I'm just messing around with because I got the gun for really cheap. for the record, I don't like using that stuff often because it's really just a waste of ammo. It's kind of just for the fun factor of it.
Yeah. Why? I don't understand. Okay, that's something that's gonna be. This is your I don't understand segment
Yeah.
of the podcast. Um, why does it matter? Well, that
You mean like being able to have full auto or not?
no. Like, why do you have to say anything about
What do
this?
you mean?
This is the only reason why I have it just
No,
for
no, no. I
fun.
because it's for fun. Well, it's actually just a personal thing. I don't like personally. No, some people like full auto because one, it's fun to shoot, but personally, I'm not a fan of using it often or anything that's rapid fire like that because it is a waste of ammo and I'm kind of cheap. I'm poor. That's all there is to it. So I just I only have the and thing is with the binary trigger, especially on the ARs, it's just a third option. You got safety, semi-auto, and binary fire. So I can still use semi-auto no problem, but binary is an option. And because it's kind of fun to shoot that way. I mean, shooting in general in target practice is pretty fun. Just I find it enjoyable. Firing fast is also pretty fun. I don't usually prefer to use it often or at all much because it's just like you go through ammo so fast, and when a box of 20 rounds is like $9 to $10, you don't want to use it a lot, or at least I don't, because again, I am the poor. But I don't regret what I did.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, but it sounds like you're trying to justify it, even though I know you're
No,
not. But
yeah, not
that's
at
what
all.
I'm saying. It sounds like anytime anyone says, "Oh, well, I'm only, I only do this for whatever
Well,
reason," or I have this because of this reason," I'm like, why do you need a reason?
I
There
would
doesn't need to be one.
I also was about to touch on because this is something that like two or three other people have told me whenever I showed them I had a binary trigger. They mentioned I would just get an FRT or a forced reset trigger. That that trigger actually does better at mimicking full auto fire, but there's one main reason I don't want it, and that's because it was legal to have an FRT in Trump's first term. Biden got elected, and they became illegal per the person he put in charge of the ATF. And now that Trump's president again, FRTs are legal again. So I don't
Yeah.
want to buy something that could be illegal in 3 years. I'm not gonna just put myself through that. So
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just like, get it if you want it. Who cares?
yeah,
If it
and
becomes illegal, then it's their fault, not yours.
just for the
That's how
record,
I see it, at least.
the reason why binary triggers were legal and force reset triggers aren't is because they classify something as a machine gun, or this is based on what the U.S. government determined, like via the House and the Senate a few years ago. If it only takes one finger movement to fire a gun, like multiple shots, that's a machine gun. If you have to move your finger multiple times to get a shot off, that's not full machine gun. It's legal. Binary triggers fire when you pull the trigger once, and when you let go, it fires again. So that's two finger movements to make the gun fire. Force
Yeah.
reset triggers mimic what a bump stock does, where you squeeze the trigger itself forces your finger forward. So as long as you keep applying pressure, it'll keep firing, and you basically one squeeze, even though your finger is moving back and forth. So depending on who's in office, that's illegal.
Yeah, I don't care.
You're right. I'm just explaining gun laws and why things are the way they are. It's
Yeah, I don't think it. That's the thing that I don't think it. If it as soon as even gun guys start believing it matters, that's when y'all lose the fight. So,
no, I just explained their train of thought. I don't think it
well,
matters.
no. That's what I'm saying is if you have to understand why they think it, then there's a problem with
No, I no,
that's
I
just my opinion though.
I'm more explaining what the rule of law is and why they can just because the ATF's been doing this for years now. Again, depending on who's in office, they don't change the laws because only Congress can do that, but they can change the definitions, and therefore something that was legal is now illegal. So that's why
Yeah,
forced reset triggers weren't illegal, but then they were, and then they aren't again because they
yeah,
just changed definitions to make things illegal, and that's kind of stupid.
yeah. I still think it applies.
Okay.
As soon as a gun person starts carrying, they've lost the battle because now
Mm,
they're
no,
getting
it's
they're getting to the point to where now you're letting them make laws on it, even if the law is already in place and they just interpret it. So
well. Here's the thing. In the last few years, because of the current shape of the Supreme Court, a lot of people who got in trouble for gun laws in the past have been recently brought to court and in front of the Supreme Court and deemed unconstitutional and got overturned. So that's the problem is you can still end up in prison for a couple of years until your court gets seen by the Supreme Court,
yeah,
which sucks. Which is why it's important to understand what the gun laws are, even if you don't believe what they are. You still got to know what they are.
uh, I don't know. I'm the type of person that's like just don't let anybody know, and you're good.
Mm.
But at the
The other
same time, if you get arrested for it, that's where I fight it.
well
But
the other problem
but I
is
also don't
because
care about guns, so
um there was a scare. I don't know how bad it is still, but there were credit card companies that were reporting purchases to the ATF, especially under the Biden administration. So whenever
yeah,
somebody would order something, because some of these things you have to order online, it's not easy to get at local stores. They would, or even if you bought it at a local store, if you used a credit card to pay for it, they're gonna know about it, and people would get reports to the ATF and arrested for things that should have been legal.
yeah.
Or at least the ATF show up on your door and knock it. Or hell, there have been cases where the ATF said screw that and they just raid your house. And there's been some very if Cobalt was here, he'd know what I'm talking about. There's been very sketchy situations where the ATF could have done things safer in a more controlled way, but chose to just kick in the door and get people killed. Like
No, no, I understand all that. I'm just saying my thought process is it's all legal until they try and arrest you and then you fight it in court. But
yes,
not everybody can do that. But
yeah.
that's my belief on it.
Either way, if you're not damn near a qualified paralegal as a gun owner, then you're not really actually trying to be a decent gun owner.
Yeah,
Because
but
you gotta know what's legal or not legal in your state. Like I can I can conceal carry in my state all I want, but if I cross borders into the wrong state while carrying, I can get arrested. It happened to a lady in Philadelphia when she missed her exit and drove into New York and got pulled over. She was carrying a gun in her car, and because she wasn't a resident of New York, she got arrested by. She ended up being the charges thanks to some gun groups that helped back her. But yeah, they just she said she got pulled over. She informed the officers her just I'm just trying to get back to Philadelphia. I missed my exit. I'm just letting you know I have a gun in my car. And the guy said, "All right, step out. You're under arrest." Like just like that.
yeah,
And but like again, it took a couple of years, but she
and
beat the charges.
yeah.
But I think she did go to jail for a little bit.
See, that's where I'd fight that. But
I mean, that's New York,
I'm
man.
different. I'm different. I don't
Well, yeah,
care
dude,
if I
she
get a.
did fight it. What are you arguing with?
No, I'm saying specifically for me. Like if I'm carrying a sword, if I just have a sword in my car, which I oftentimes do because I leave them in there after doing stuff with, um,
Sword
and
stuff.
that gets me arrested, I it, I don't care.
Lucky for you, this is not
but
Britain.
yeah, like I
I don't. In
but
fact,
that would be my thought process if I had a gun in the car though too. Would just be I don't care. I'm just gonna fight it in court. If I lose money, if I make money, whatever. I don't care.
well, it really again it depends on where you're at. Like I wouldn't have a hard time walking around where I live because it's a very rural area with a gun. Like even an AR-15 on my shoulders. But a local nearby city that's populated, I'm not gonna walk down the street with an AR slung on my back because that's gonna be people be like, well, what the fuck is he doing?
No,
It's
no, but you wouldn't do that
I
anywhere.
well to just say it's perfectly legal to walk around with a gun on your back, but the cops will ask you what the fuck are you doing. Now,
Yeah,
places like Walmart will ban you from coming in, so I wouldn't recommend carrying a gun into Walmart, especially a rifle. But
yeah.
just saying.
See, at that point, that's just stupid people. At
Also,
least to
I did.
me, that's just someone stupid for bringing a gun, like open carrying a rifle in a grocery store. I'm like,
Yeah, well, the
okay,
thing
you're
is
just asking for it.
yeah, and well, the thing is, Walmart has a you can't even you're not even supposed to conceal carry in Walmart because they have a ban on guns on the premises, so they can have you removed
Well,
for
I
just
don't
or
think that's legal technically, but
well, it's more of
it's no one's gonna fight
it's
it.
it's their private property kind of situation. You're not allowed to carry a gun on their private property. So,
Uh,
but
the only
I did
problem is they allow the public on it, so
right.
technically they can't do that. It's like government places can't do that technically either, except for schools. Then
I
that's like
did
a specific law.
I did Google it. There are plenty of states that you're allowed to just carry a sword, concealed or not concealed. There are conditional states like California that as long as it's sheathed and worn properly, you can carry a sword. But there are restrictive states like New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts that have complex laws around carrying deadly weapons like swords are visible in public.
You made me not care even more. Now I'm gonna go do it for fun.
Just gonna go into New York with your longsword on your back, huh?
No, I don't have a sheath, and it's really hard to carry.
You're a big guy, you should be all right. You just get a
My
sheath.
longsword is literally 6 foot long, so no.
That's not a longsword at that point, bro.
It
That's
is. It's a
long.
lowlander,
I
the
was about to say longsword.
largest sword known to be used in battle.
I'm saying long swords are typically like between 3 and 4 feet long. Like after
I don't
4 feet,
have.
you're getting like claymores and wahinders.
Yeah, I don't have a regular longsword though. That's the only one I
Phew.
got.
Jesus, in my
I've
hands,
got
it's
a
a long
katana
sword.
though. I've got
Oh
several
yeah,
katanas that I could just carry around. I doubt they would stop me for that. They just think I'm cosplaying or something.
Nihon steel, huh?
Yeah, but at the same time, I would not pay attention to any laws. So, but that's me. It's just my perspective on things. I don't like law interpretation. But I'm also a weird one that thinks he could fight it by himself and wouldn't hire a lawyer.
I looked up the just the general allowance in my state. It says carrying a sword is generally legal if carried openly, provided you are adult over 18, not a convicted felon, and avoid specific sensitive zones like schools or government buildings. However, carrying a sword concealed can run into legal restrictions under state deadly weapon statutes. What is this? I thought this was America. Come on,
And
man.
I mean, like I said, to me, it won't matter. Does
Or a
not matter
sword
at all.
cane can be treated as carrying a concealed deadly weapon.
Yeah. All
That's weird.
right.
Because my state's actually very, very friendly towards concealed carry of firearms. I don't know why they have a problem with sword concealed carry.
Because you don't have to reload.
That's true. Don't let me get within 20 feet. You're gonna regret it.
20 feet. That thing goes farther than that if I throw it.
Yes. No, it's just it's the standard thing that if somebody with a knife or a melee weapon's within 20 feet, there's a good
I
possibility.
know what the
Yeah.
thing is. You don't have to explain everything.
Well, I mean, you act like you didn't know what I was quoting.
No. Like I said, I usually just don't. I don't have any. Like I know stuff. I just don't care most of the time.
Gotcha. You're not one of them sovereign citizens, are you?
What do you mean by that? It depends on what you mean. Because in a word, yes. In another meaning, no.
It's the typical people who believe that they're not technically citizens of any world government because there's no such thing as
No.
borders and governments,
Then
and
absolutely
that
not.
because of Social Security and your driver's license are just Ponzi schemes to make the government control you or some shit.
No. My name is not. What is it? Malice. Whatever his name is.
I just know those people kind of scare me. They're a little crazy.
No. I will. I no. My thing is, I'll get arrested and I don't care. What
Okay.
am I gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I go to jail. Woohoo! I get edge out. Woohoo! Like to me, it doesn't. One way or another, it doesn't matter because usually I won't be in a stupid situation because I don't go out anyway. But I have brought my sword around places. I bring it into the grocery store actually because they,
The one you work at?
yeah, they chop
Nice.
stuff up sometimes with the sword, katana.
So when you got like a big rib roast in front of you, just like I got you real quick. Yeah.
No, they do like promotional videos, and I
Oh,
told them
okay,
I
okay.
just have,
Social media shit, huh?
yeah, I was like, yeah, I just have weapons if y'all want to use some. They're like, oh, what you got? And I was like, well, I've got a halberd axe. I've got a. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, just bring something new every week or whatever. And I was like, okay, so
Hey, it just gives you a reason to use your melee weapons. I can't
yeah,
downplay that's pretty nice. Only
yeah,
time I use my guns for anything besides target practice is setting off tannerite for gender reveals. I've only done that once.
disgusting.
What?
I don't like gender reveals, but yeah, that's me.
Hey, I never said I was a big fan of myself, but when asked for a reason to fire my gun at a binary explosive, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't why even do I don't know. It's just a party for another
It's just
party
it
for
it, re-
another
it
party
really
for
is.
another
It's
stupid.
more or less just a baby shower
It's
with.
like Juneteenth.
I wouldn't go that far.
Mm-hmm. It's a stupid holiday. That's what that is. All right. Well, any other news that we can think of? I
There
can't
was
think.
something I want to talk about. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I like had a
Oh,
few things and then I just like completely forgot. So
yeah, we gotta start writing shit down. We're getting too old for this, and I got
yeah,
ADHD.
I'm gonna remember halfway through the week and be like, oh, we can just talk about it next week, and then I'll forget again.
I will say, Man Eater's on sale.
Don't know what that is.
It's the game where you play a man-eating shark.
Oh,
It was the first game Gargura played on stream.
okay. Uh,
Also, I purchased and streamed Dino Blade.
I saw that.
Yes,
I
sir.
saw your
I mean,
stream for a bit. I was just
I
had it on Rocket League in the background.
I was wondering who my second viewer was,
Yeah.
but
You
yeah.
can check, right?
What do you mean? Who's viewing?
You can, yeah, you can click the
I don't
little
care about
person
that.
on the top right and it tells you who's here.
I'm good. I was too busy swinging my sword.
Yeah.
But yeah. Is it the greatest game ever? No, and it could use a little more polish, but it's fun. I like seeing creative stuff nowadays because you don't ever see anybody do something new or weird like they used to. Like man, like a decade and a half ago, dude, so many crazy ass games were coming out because everybody was just throwing at the wall to see what would stick. We don't get that much nowadays unless you go through indie developers.
Yeah. I think it's because the big boys just take so much from the
Well,
space.
most most of the big developers, the quote unquote AAA studios, have found like their 3 or 4 titles they want to milk for the rest of the time. Which they might come up with something else different every now and then, but you could tell they just don't put the resources into it to the next big sequel to their franchise that's their hit.
Yeah.
I mean, GTA 6 is finally dropping,
Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it. And then
right?
I still won't care.
Which funny though is since it's supposedly supposed to be confirmed now, Bethesda's revealed they're finally going to be working. They're actually playtesting Elder Scrolls 6, whatever it's going to be, like the Skyrim and Oblivion, and what's the other one? Not a it was the company that Bethesda owns Fallout, but the one that made New Vegas. I can't remember their name right now, but they're coming back to work on a remake of New Vegas, a remake of Fallout 3, and a sequel to Fallout New Vegas. So Bethesda's finally looking like now I feel like since Rockstar is finally like, look, this game's coming out now. GTA 6. Now all the developers like now we can go forward our progress, so we don't say, hey, we're gonna release our next big thing and then get squashed because Rockstar announces they're gonna put out GTA 6 finally. Like it's like it feels like every developer has been trying to avoid the GTA 6 release date so they don't just get their own release date squashed and their stocks drop. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Oh, damn
Do-do.
this.
I saw Destiny got kicked out of Hassan's
Yeah.
speech. That was funny.
Apparently he made a phone call.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
that was that rocked the boat on the news on the I don't know news commentator what do you want to call it community for a bit is that Destiny got denied access to that thing. Also, I saw where Hassan gave quite the fiery speech about wanting to just get rid of the Republican Party altogether. It's just like anybody who even works with the Republicans, Democrat or whatnot, should be just uh, banished to the shadow realm. Is what I'm going to say. Not literally, but just removed from the family. That's probably the best way to say it.
yeah. I don't know how to. He's strange.
He's a
He's
bit
strange.
radical, and that's what people go see him for the radical stuff,
It's funny that Destiny's more moderate than him, but
right? How,
um,
when this guy is more middle of the road than you, how? What are you doing?
yeah. All right. Well, let's get into probably the main topic of today, which is probably going to bring up some past hot takes I at least had with art and other things. But data centers and eminent domain. This has become quite the news story because, like, a family in Georgia is being forced out of their house for eminent domain, and they were at least told by somebody. I don't know if it was the company that's doing it or what. They were told by somebody it was to build new towers so that they can get data centers going.
Yeah, I'm not liking
Um,
that.
I probably have a different take than you do, but
Well,
at
I mean, the point of a constitutional republic is that you're supposed to protect somebody's rights to property and stuff, and the fact that the government's willing to overlook that for something like a data center because of favorability
partial
towards the data
disagree.
center. Well, regardless, like the whole point of a constitutional republic is to protect a person's individual rights. Being able to force them out their property for eminent domain is kind of fucked up. Build it somewhere else then.
The reason I say partial disagree because I think any government wants to expand.
Yeah,
Um,
without a doubt.
and so eventually there's going to get a point where the expansion needs the land, regardless of where you are.
And you know I'm for less governmental control. Like the
I don't think
having
it's government control. They're not. It's not like they're
yeah,
not
but
getting paid.
expansion still like it just doesn't feel right if the government's gonna expand and encroach on their citizens like that.
Uh, but that's what I'm saying. That's where my disagreement comes in. Is it's not encroachment on them. They're giving them enough
It does
money.
feel like communism though.
No, it doesn't. Not
Yes, oh
not
yes it
anywhere
does
near. No,
because we're gonna take your property for the greater good of the country.
and pay you for it so much so
Yeah,
that you can literally go anywhere else.
I hear it often sometimes that those whenever they seize your property, you don't get what you could get going through a realtor to sell your home.
No, you get it twice.
No.
Yes, I have actually talked to people who own that land and stuff like that. Not this specific story, but people who had like oil lines going through it
Oh
and
God, oil lines.
everything, and then also for electrical lines and stuff like that. They give you, if they need to buy your house outright, they will give you double the market
You
at
we've
least.
we've seen what this government will do for oil and power. Okay, that's
Well, that's what it's for. So the thing is they interviewed this family, and the family said they didn't like it because they've had generations there, and it's like
Yeah.
sentimental value, boohoo, whatever. I don't care. Um, that shouldn't be part of the conversation, in my opinion. But that's me. Um, but then they were like, "Well, are they offering you? You know, how much are they? You know, offer? Oh, well, they're offering to for way more than what it's worth." And it's like, well, then at that point, I was like, I don't care. And I don't even know if they're telling them to move. They might just be like a lot of people that I knew that own these types of land. They just give you essentially a royalty for running something through your land.
Which that's fair as long as they're doing shit
Yeah,
like that.
they don't even affect the land. They just needed some place to put the little tower thing down for an electric pole. Maybe it has some, vibrations or sounds or whatever.
Radiation from 5G is gonna give you COVID.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
This
I had
is
to.
yeah. Wear your tinfoil hat, you'll
that,
be fine.
that whole shit was so retarded.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like if it's proven for expansion, then I'd say that family, like at that point you can pay to have it picked up and moved. Like you can have the exact same house just in a different area if they need that specific plot of land. If they don't need that specific plot of land, then I understand just stay there and deal with the, whatever lines going through your trees. I guess they take the trees out, but still, like that shouldn't be a problem. At least to me, they're not they're not actually destroying anything. It's not bad for the environment like people want to say. So I don't see the problem with it. I just see people upset over sentimental value. And it's like, well, okay, you have sentimental value, but what about, the thousands of people that are actually going to be helped through it? I guess you don't care about them. And if the answer is, well, what about us? Oh, that's the point. It's a circular argument. Give us a
Well,
non-circular argument, and then I might
it,
listen to you.
what I'm not a fan of, there has been times where people like they didn't just want to build something in their yard. They actually did. They
They
wanted
want
the
to take the
property.
whole area. Yeah, but they
Oh
always
no, no.
give more than double.
Let me let me finish. No, there've been times where like a company wanted to like build some hotels or something,
Oh,
or something like that, and they were like, well, we're the landowners didn't want to sell because again that's been their
but
home. They
that's
didn't want
not
to move.
that won't be ever be eminent
And
domain.
well, there has been times where the government has seized the property so they could build it because for reasons like it'll generate tax revenue and shit like that. I'm in the like, why not just build somewhere else? Like that's not something that's infrastructure anymore.
So the for the government to step in, they would also have to have like a road or something going that way, in which I would say, yeah, that's eminent domain.
Yeah, but who has a home that doesn't have a road going past it? That's
I know several people actually.
oh yeah, I mean, no ones that are way off the road, but they have to have a road to get to their road to get to their home.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they're building like a highway or an place where people will live and be. And at that point, I'm just like, so
Oh,
all
by
their
road you mean highway?
yeah, highways
Okay,
part of eminent domain.
'cause I was talking about just a general street. Like
No, not
if the
Genesis.
criteria is that there's a street going near your home, well we're all fucked in that case.
No, no, it has to be a well populated. Like they're planning to
Like
have a high
high traffic
traffic
highway.
area. Yeah, that's the and if there's hotels going in there, I'm assuming that they're putting a highway through it. Why would they put hotels in the middle of nowhere then? But I maybe it's me, but I'm always for the expansion
Not the toot my own horn.
unless it's like now if they depreciate the value of the area, then that's a bit. It's but they usually never happens. Like unless a city's going completely down, but then the thing is why don't all the people who complain about, you know, getting their house taken or whatever move to those abandoned cities where no one is then?
Well, having to move is one of the problems. It sucks.
Not if you're paid for it. At least to me. If I was,
Mm.
if they told me, we'll give you double what your house is worth, I'd take it in a heartbeat
Well, I mean, but then again,
immediately.
depending on the area you're in, like, it's still a matter of could you afford to move somewhere else? Because some places,
You
like,
can because they
or
give you double what you're.
you say that, but like you said, those abandoned cities you're talking about are probably still have a higher property value than most rural areas.
Well, I know, but then you just move out of state into somewhere where it's cheaper. This is the United States. You can go anywhere. Like there's
Hmm.
places in West Virginia that are worth $1,000. I could go buy a house there right now. It's just not good land. Like
Yeah, no, we got those here too.
yeah, like it's just if you have enough money though, you could fix it up and make it awesome.
A trailer on it.
Yeah, not even a trailer. You could put a house on it for because
Yeah.
it's in a stupid area, so they'd be like, oh, it'll cost you like $15,000 if you want
If you
this
gotta
house.
move immediately, you don't have time to fucking not get a trailer.
No, there's hotels, motels. There's
But
a
you know
bunch
how
of
much it costs to stay in a hotel for that long? I mean, you're better off renting an apartment, is what I'm saying.
what I'm.
If you're gonna
Well,
if you're gonna wait to get a house built,
if they're giving you double, you have enough money to do it. If they're not giving you double, then there's usually you're in a bad area, and they did give you double. You just didn't know it because you're in a bad area. And at that point, it's kind of a bit your fault on that one. I'm gonna say, but it's like
still not a fan.
it depends on what it's for. Highway has to happen most of the time, unless they just are like. I don't like that they just like let certain highways just completely like die.
Route 66.
No, I don't agree because Route 66 was out of the way. It went
Yeah,
with
no,
the land. It didn't go through anything.
yeah, we've all seen cars.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not one for doing something just for the sentimental value. Sentimental value means nothing.
Well, it was
And
just easier. It was easier to build the roads that went with the land back in the day, which is why highways and interstates are not the same thing.
true. I get yeah. But it's stupid to complain about it. Is in my opinion at least. So,
I don't know. I don't think I've seen somebody complain about, man, these darn interstates are so inconvenient, unless you build one right next to your house.
but I would be happy because then I'd be getting either money from it or I would sell my house for double.
No, I didn't say like. I mean like close, close enough to they're unless they buy somebody's house, they're not gonna like put an interstate right through somebody's neighborhood. But at least around here, they would do some shit like that. Because there's plenty of open land as it is. But generally, like if they build a interstate within like I don't know like 100, 200 yards of your home, you can hear that traffic pretty much all day.
Yeah, move. It's the
And I like the
states.
quiet. I may just uproot my home and like sell my home and just uproot myself. It's just something I can do right away.
Nope. But it's something we can do.
It's not that easy though. Is what I'm saying.
Nothing's easy in life. I'm not one to. I guess that's another thing with me. I'm not one to complain
I'm
when
sure.
something's done.
I don't know.
But
You have a segment every week of you complaining about something.
oh, the things that I don't understand, but that they're if they bring me to an understanding, then I'd be like, okay, well, I'll leave. Like
Well,
if honestly, if they came and took like our house and like my mom's house and stuff, I'd probably just leave Pennsylvania. but I
There
don't
would be
like it
no other
here.
reason to stay here.
Yeah, I don't really care to be here anyway. So
It's just convincing the old wifey.
at that point, it might be you can come if you want.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm a very I gotta say I'm a very what is that, nonchalant, or
Indifferent.
yeah,
Aloof.
very indifferent when it comes to just going and moving around. But that's because I've done it my whole life.
You kind of have.
Yeah, I have no
Every,
sentimental value to any place I've lived. So
Anywhere from Oklahoma to the Philippines.
well, I mean, realistically, Oklahoma to Georgia
Uh-huh.
to Texas to Pennsylvania to yeah.
I'm just gonna start from starting to farthest because I think the Philippines might be the farthest place you travel
Yeah,
to.
but I've only been there for a month and a half.
I know, but you've still been there. That's the point.
Yeah. I wouldn't live there though.
Oh, you wouldn't retire there?
Nah, too much stupid stuff that I'd get in trouble for.
I also I have a couple Filipino friends who are always complaining about their government, so there's that. Oh, and then there's also China.
Well, I wouldn't have to worry about government things. I would have to worry about other people. They literally
Mhm.
have the worst, the worst. What do you call it? Where somebody
Social
can just
behavior.
take someone can just take your home as long as you're not paying
Oh,
attention.
squatters.
Yeah, they have the worst law for that ever. So that for squatters there it's like 2 weeks. So if I go on a 2 week vacation, it's just done for.
That
But
sucks.
yeah. So they can just come, oh, this is my house now. 2 weeks later, come back, hey, why are you in my house?
My
What
terms
you
are on.
talking about? It's our house now. And go to the government. Government's like, well, it's their house now. Yeah.
Which is altogether pretty fucking wild that people try to do it here too.
I mean, technically they have to give you like half the land or whatever, but it's like, well, they didn't own any of it. So you basically have to always have somebody watching your area, your land, or living there. But and it and I think the funniest thing is them saying, well, it's because they have so many people. There's like whole
No.
mountains that are unpopulated there. I'm sorry, just go live in the mountain.
Apparently,
Like,
they have so many islands that if you try to sleep on every one of them, it would take you years. Like if
yeah.
you well, like what they
But
own every
no,
island. So
every single island has a jungle. Like literally, just go live in the jungle. There's no.
welcome to the jungle.
It's the Philippines. There's not that many dangerous things in the jungle because like it's literally an island. What can live out there? Like tigers, everything like that.
Crocodiles.
No, not they don't live in the jungle. They live in like a
Like
very specific spot because of there's only a few rivers that actually can sustain them.
I'm just saying, salties just need water. They'll find a way.
Yeah, I mean you probably see one or two, but they're not staying there, especially if people move in. And then also like most of the time in the jungle, the only wildlife you're gonna encounter is maybe monkeys, and that's it. And they're a food source, so that why would they care? Um, but yeah, I've never understood why they just all bunch up in one city. It makes no sense.
I mean, why do people do that in America?
It makes no sense. I agree. It doesn't make any sense.
It's because there's things there they want, and everybody wants those, so they all try to cluster together and get what they
Yeah,
want, but not everybody can have
all
it.
the city people want those, not the.
But that's where my job's at. It's where the best jobs are at. Are they though?
Mm. But why does everybody want to retire and leave there? Then
Because they got places that have lower cost of living, property tax, and all that stuff, and it's quieter.
yeah, so they don't want to be there. They just want to work
That's why.
there.
That's why everybody moves to freaking Florida because the property tax and the taxes in general are just fucking lower.
And if I'm not mistaken, there is no property tax.
Yeah, they done away with it. I think. I think they done away with property tax.
And then I think also in Texas. That's why all the
Mm-hmm.
businesses are moving to Texas too.
Yes, sir.
But to be fair, they have to do that though because of how hot it is down there. If they
I
didn't do
mean,
that, like everyone just moved.
which it is pretty miserable. Yes, I can attest to that.
Yep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people don't like say they don't brag about being able to withstand like the heat down here just because they want those bragging rights.
All right. Well, next part of this conversation was supposed to be data centers, which, to be fair, I don't know a whole lot about, so I can't like say what they all entail. But what I do know is the environmental like things that people keep saying that they cause and do is completely wrong, especially since they changed the law to where the data centers have to make their own electricity and they're not allowed to dump into clean water into what cities would
Streams,
use.
environmental places.
Yeah, but unless they filter it themselves, and so most of them do now. So like they solved that problem already. What is everyone? I don't know what people are up in arms about. If it's I still don't understand the AI arguments, but that's me. I just don't get the point. There's nobody that's had an original idea, so uh, if you're gonna say your art's original, it's like okay, what'd you base it off of? And then you have to tell me, and then I'm like, okay, why didn't you put the person that made in your thing
I
as
mean,
reference?
you're kind of wrong about that. Even if somebody learned art from somebody, they tend to develop their own style of drawing things, which is why
I
even though
highly agree, but also completely disagree. You wouldn't have that style if you didn't see it already.
I mean, there's also cultural styles where people just from a region typically draw things a certain way. But again, like if you were to compare different manga artists, like you could tell who that a different person drew one from another one because they each have their own style of drawing manga.
But if they've never seen it, they wouldn't be able to draw it.
Yeah, again, because people just learn to draw their own way. There are some people who are self-taught, and then they just like start developing
Yeah,
their own
but
style
what I'm
altogether.
saying, if they've never seen any drawing, they wouldn't be able to do it.
And we've had this argument before, so I'm not going down this road with you.
I mean, yeah, it's like everybody that like even if you draw for a like TV show or anything, there's always a reference.
Hmm.
I just so I don't have any problem with AI at all,
I
generative
know
or
you don't.
not. And also I don't care about I get what would that be? Losing jobs on that one. Like it's happened to every single generation every time we adapted. So
Mhm.
it's
Well,
just a
currently,
creative person's turn.
I can still see why some people have concern about data centers, even if they are gonna control the water or generate their electricity. The thing is, the generate their own electricity, they're gonna have to purchase more local land to have like whether it's wind farms or whatever
Yep.
kind of electricity source, which again is gonna affect the local environment whenever they do stuff like that. And then there's
Yes and
also
no.
the while this is a less local thing, the data centers popping up everywhere has been a big effect on a lot of the electronics industry. It's causing the prices of a lot of things to go up. It's getting aggravating.
It's gonna yes, it'll cause things to go up, but then they'll all like plummet once
Yeah,
things are
that that's
built.
another thing causing concern because whenever that AK that quote unquote bubble burst, it's gonna have a bit of an effect on the overall market, which could cause a little bit of
Agreed.
economic
So
economic
we should
upheaval.
do it as fast and as quick and as many as possible in one fell swoop. and
It's still not. It's not
then
gonna.
the people can't complain.
It's not gonna stop the bubble from bursting because it's still gonna cause an economic shift or
I
a
agree.
ripple effect.
I don't have a problem with that, but it
I
always
say
does.
there's a lot of things to be concerned about, and I'm not an expert on any of them. I just know that these are major talking points when it comes to data centers.
Yeah, I just think it's a stupid concern when no one cared about people who sold horses back in the day when the cars were invented.
A
People,
a
nope,
better point of reference would have been whenever the housing market collapsed because of the freaking stupid ass bills that were passed in the late '90s.
or the printing press came about, and a bunch of scribes lost all their jobs.
Yeah,
Uh,
but it was it that itself wouldn't have caused it, especially since now the economy is such a globally controlled thing with Wall Street and all that stuff. That might have cost the people a lot of people jobs back in the day, but it wouldn't have the
that's what
effect on
I'm
the overall
saying
economy
is we don't care
today.
since it was back in the day, and now we're
No, I'm
supposed to
saying
care
is
since it's now.
the scale's gonna be way larger as it happens nowadays because of things like the Wall Street and whatnot. One again the housing market's a better example of what happened with that because they're allowing anyone and everybody to purchase homes, which was mean the housing market was going to collapse because now everybody can has good enough credit to or good enough history to keep paying those loans. So people were betting for the market to crash, which would
Yeah,
have made them tons of money, but the economy was going to fail. Which again, we only went to a recession, but that's an example of what could happen.
yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying that it's happened in the
Saying
past.
like, well, all I'm saying is, well, nobody cared when scribes lost their jobs. Scribes were a very niche job back in the day. They weren't that many people to lose their jobs in the first. Now, if the U.S. government say whenever when the colonies were expanding, oh well, people who do like construction and lumbering will be extremely limited on what they can build and cause a lot of people to like what their only way to earn money or to even expand and build their own homes. That would have caused a major ripple across the
I'd say this
colonial
is
stuff.
actually like the people who are losing their jobs is actually closer to people who like used to just chop wood for a living, and now we have chainsaws. Like
That's just
that,
crazy.
the reason it's closer to that is because the people that are losing their jobs are like, sad to say, but it's low level artists. High level artists will be fine
Low,
always.
low low level artists don't exactly get too much work as that. They
Correct.
might
I
get
agree that they're never gonna. Now they can just move on. Essentially,
they know where to put the fries in the bag. Is what you're saying?
yeah, yes and no. Um, like I think that it'll make people hone their craft a lot more. In the creative fields, like
More like it is.
even in like music industry, they've been
It's just gonna
using
make it.
AI for a lot. And
Oh,
like,
and yeah,
why is there
that's
no uproar about that? Well, it's because even
no.
the people that
I do hear people complain about that. They
oh,
don't like the fact that AI is doing this.
correct, you hear about people complaining
People I
specifically.
know.
No, but I'm just saying, you even hear about like big name people specifically complaining about, oh, well, this is a completely AI generated like beat or something like that. They complain about that, but then on the back end, like, well, what about all the AI generated stuff you did? You just happened to already have a beat in mind. You just threw it into AI after that. It's like
I mean,
I don't agree with like
give me an example of a person complaining about that, and I'll say, well, they're really
oh,
being
any
exposed.
rapper nowadays that had a lot of lawsuits are going on because beats are so similar and they shouldn't.
Oh,
I mean, one, rappers never made their own beats. Two, I think it's
first
a stupid argument to say like, oh well, I did this first or I did that first when you definitely had a reference in mind.
And first of all, if people are gonna start nitpicking that stuff, like
I mean, they have for
similar beats,
years.
they'd have to go back to the 1700s, whatever. Because if you like melodic fucking sounds, they that follow a certain pattern, they've been repeated. You don't even realize there were songs that might not even meant to be inspired by something that just happened to have the same beat. Because oh wait, this sounds good. Wait, somebody
Yeah.
already did that. It's like the whole joke about what can you what can you write an episode about that the Simpsons hasn't already done because they've been around for so long.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
That's
it's
ridiculous.
also like so the
And
big one of
wait, real quick, Vanilla Ice beat fucking what's his name in court whenever he tried to sue him over Under Pressure.
he technically beat them as far as the overall rights to the
Yeah.
song. He did not beat them as far as the music side of things. He has to put in there now that it was composed by the Queen and David Bowie. He has to put that in everything he's online, but he still has the rights to the song.
And to be fair, most people when they do a cover song, they put that as a cover song.
Yeah, he did. He didn't. So they technically lost that.
And technically, it wasn't a cover song though because he didn't use the same lyrics, but he just used the same beat.
Correct. So he lost the lawsuit,
Yeah.
but he won because he just paid the whoever owned it, however much it was to, keep the rights. So
Yeah.
like in court, they might say he won, but he had to pay Queen and David Bowie so much, and the person that owned the right to the song.
Also, didn't Coolio try to sue Weird Al over Amish Paradise because originally he sold the rights to
He did.
Weird Al Yankovic, but he didn't like the cover that he did, so he tried to sue him over it.
Yes, that did happen. Yeah.
You, Coolio. That was a fumble, Coolio.
Well, but why is it a fumble to you?
I mean, I get he didn't like it, but then if there was a chance you wouldn't like the cover somebody would do using your song, then why sell them the rights in the first place?
Because on that one, Coolio didn't sell him the rights. It was his company that did.
Warner Brothers or whoever owned it, huh?
Yeah. And then he heard it and didn't like it and said something about it. And Weird Al was going to take it down until I forget who else was on that. Who was on Gangster's Paradise with Coolio? There was
I can't remember.
Yeah, there was another artist that said, no, you don't understand. It's a good thing that this guy's covering you. LV. Whoever LV.
Yeah, LV. I looked it up too.
Yeah. But I think, wasn't there more people in that? G-Pain.
No.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in it. So. But anyways, yeah, so that, yes and no. That was Coolio, but it also wasn't Coolio. He just didn't like that. He covered it, and then he learned that, oh, wait, it's cool to have Weird Al do that. But I disagree. I mean, to me, it's hard. I get the whole copyright thing, but with music, it's like if they completely change it, it's just got, the backbeat or whatever to it. Like, dude, who cares? Dude, you've made your money. And if you haven't made your money, it sounds like you made a bad song.
Well, it's just a chance to make more money,
Yeah. But I'm very, just let people do things. Steal because you've stolen.
You're not one of them anti-colonizers, are you?
No, I am definitely on the colonizer side of steal because they stole from you.
Uh-huh.
So go colonize the colonizers. Let's do it. Take back the land.
That's what squatters are doing.
No, that isn't what squatters are doing. Squatters are saying land and just going and living on it when there's no land there. Which, I mean, I get that. Like, I kind of get that. I don't like that there's just like empty apartments worth $20 million or whatever in California. I'm like, okay, that's dumb. How about we just have somebody go live in it for a while until you use it?
The only problem with that is because you at least got to vet the people moving in because it's
No,
what
no,
good is it having a piece of property if they end up wrecking the place,
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm saying like it like at that point, this is one of those social programs I would actually be for is if they okay, so that say they made this to where a person can go and live in a $20 million apartment um, in Los Angeles. They have to have a weekly check
Yeah.
from a social worker or something. I would be all for that social program because I don't like just having a random house that's empty.
Oh no, trust me.
Now I'm
I know
saying,
people that get housing. They get regular inspections.
yeah. Now I'm saying, do we just let any homeless person in there? No, like let the person who's already proven that they paid for rent and stuff, and like let them live there, and then let the homeless person live in the lesser.
So you get an upgrade, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you do well, you get an upgrade. You don't do well at all, then you get the smaller one, the not so good one. And if you're not good at it, goodbye. But that's me.
Bye. See you next time.
Kick them out. Start an island for them and send them there.
Oh no.
The island works, man. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. The U.S. has some bad history with islands recently. I think we need to move away from islands for a little bit.
The U.S. doesn't.
Hmm.
As far as I know, there's only like 3 people from the U.S. that are even said to have been a part of that, and 2 of them, I'm not even sure if they they actually took part in it. But
Cough.
yeah, but data centers, yeah, I don't see the problem, but I do see a problem with them not having to pay anything.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue.
That's the thing I don't get. I'm like, okay, no, I get it. Whether billionaires, millionaires, whatever you want to call them, if they want to build something, I think they should have to pay for it. Like you can't just put it on the taxpayer. That's dumb. I think that's really dumb. Now, is it smart for the government to be in this? Maybe. It could possibly be, but I still think they should make them pay at least some of it. To have, whatever AI they're working on. So, but
I mean, I ain't got nothing else on.
yeah. Well, hot take of the week: 2 things can be true at the same time.
Okay. Like.
Um, I feel like you can not like the government, but at the same time, you can think,
Appreciate Law and Order.
yeah, well, no, like you can try and make it better. Like if you don't like something, you try to make it better, and you
Put the work
doesn't
in.
mean you don't want to change it or anything. So you still want government, even if you don't like it. But
I mean, yeah.
you can be a Christian like I am and still think that the LGBTQ people are okay.
Right.
Like, if as long as
Oh,
they're not Christian, I don't have a problem
I
with them.
I actually got kind of a funny story about that. Not really a funny story, but just like something relatable. At my last job, remember when what was it, Pope Francis, the one that came out and said when he was asked about LGBTQ stuff, he said, "Look, we got too much going on right now to worry about that, like what people's preferences are." And my boss at the time was like, he actually got mad when I talked to him about that. Like, yeah, you heard where he said that? He was like, well, maybe he's a queer too. I'm like, whoa, hold up. It's like, what? Why'd you flip so fast? Like, let's just try to have a conversation. He got mad. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
He was also very old. Very, very old. Compared to me at the time. He was like 25 to 30 years older than I was.
Yeah. Like
But he
one
had to
thing,
go through the 60s.
something else. You can think that it's true that somebody can be trans, but still be true that I can call you whatever pronoun I want to. It
I
don't matter.
mean, that's between you and that person.
No, that's between me and me. Well, that person does not get a say in what I call
But
them.
between you and that person is sure they can't make you call them what you want, but they can be mad about it. But that doesn't mean that you
Oh,
got.
they can be mad about it. They have a right to. Yeah, but I don't.
I mean, that's what I meant by between you and that person, because even if it's just you doing what you want to do, still their reaction is a valid part of the situation. Which again, that makes it between you and that person. He can't make you say what you want him to say, but he still has a reaction to it.
People would be very might not be inclined to accept that, but I like I don't know. To me, like you can't make somebody else say something that you want.
No,
So therefore, no, no one can ever make me call them what they want me to.
freedom of speech
Yeah,
means just that, freedom of speech.
yeah,
Now,
but
again, like I stress to people though, whether or not there's social consequences to that, that's fine. But the government can't impose laws on you just because for saying stuff. Although
oh,
apparently
I don't know.
there was that lady recently who she has gone to court and she got convicted guilty of disorderly conduct in public because she called that 9-year-old kid the N word. So I mean
Yeah,
there's that.
I don't think that's a.
I mean it is kind of in line with the conversation.
Two things can be true. You can be racist and still be fine. I don't care. But
And
other people can, I guess.
now the reason the whole situation happened was because apparently this kid was going through her bag and she kept telling him to stop, and when he wouldn't, she called him that word. And
Yep. Immediately he should be arrested.
her,
What, the kid?
no, like
No, the kid
I think
should be arrested. Don't go through her back. The heck?
she was the one who got in trouble for, well, charged with disorderly conduct and sentenced to I think like 2,000 hours of community service
Yep.
or something like that. Yeah,
Hard
because she's
disagree. Don't go through people's stuff.
I think it was Ohio this happened in. I can't remember,
Oh,
but
definitely not Ohio.
she also raised like maybe Illinois. She also raised like over $500,000 on a GoFundMe for legal defense.
Yeah, that's warranted. She has free
Actually,
speech. He doesn't have freedom to go through her back.
not just legal defense, but like she did receive once because the person who recorded the video in the first place. Again, this is just it should is it was a I don't think he was an immigrant, or at least he was a legalized citizen, but he'd been arrested several times for like some very awful things, including something that involved a child once. But he really that recorded and posted it online, and that got brought up a lot during the court too. The person who actually recorded the video was not a nice person himself.
Mm.
But I don't know. It was a whole. After that video got posted online, part of the reason she started to GoFundMe is because she had to move because she was receiving death threats and all kinds of stuff. So that was for legal defense and for finding a
Well,
new place to live.
yep. I'd say that's the good part of America. She can just leave.
Because it also happened around the same time as the Carmelo Anthony stabbing in Texas. And so there was this huge thing between about racial stuff online that was grew from both her getting money and Carmelo Anthony getting money at the same time for technically well, she didn't stab nobody. I'll give her that. I'm just gonna put that out there.
She didn't do nothing. She just got on her Xbox real quick.
Anyway, yeah, that's the, I just heard about this a few days ago that trial came full circle, and yeah, she got found guilty of disorderly conduct or some shit like that in public for saying that to that kid, and got charged with
Yeah.
community service.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What did the kid get? That'd be my question.
yeah, I need to find out where is it. I mean, I don't think the kid got anything. The
Well,
parents,
good.
the parents might have got in trouble for something. I think they also brought up that the kid was apparently autistic or something.
What's he going through back for, though? Autistic
Yeah,
or not, they
right,
understand.
right.
All right. I grew up with an autistic kid who's one of my best friends.
Again,
He
not saying
understands.
that she should have called him the N word, but I can understand why she'd be flustered.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh! Did you see that recent video about the guy who like freaked out because the cop kept getting his pronouns wrong?
Yes, I did see that.
Okay, yeah,
It was mega viral, and I'm not even gonna say it was sad. It was really sad.
it was
Like
funny.
that doesn't make me laugh. That's just me. Like,
Oh, it's hilarious.
it's pathetic. It really is.
It was very pathetic and let me laugh a lot.
Like
Um,
the thing that really aggravated me about it, which was actually kind of funny, was that person went up to the cops. That person started getting conversation, and then when things started to go negative, leave me alone.
yeah.
You started this.
And then I don't. What is it with people and resisting a cop? Like that's not going to help you, regardless. Like everybody, anytime of all time in America, if you want to, get back at the cops or do anything that'll, maybe even get money from it. If you are just calm and you like you can call them whatever name, you can be as unhappy about the situation as you want,
Yeah.
but if you're just calm and like you just explain everything and then you just go with what they say at the time, like you're going to you'll be way better off. I don't know, like you can sue them after that.
Like all I know is that body cams have been the greatest thing ever. Not just because
Yes and no.
it's protecting both the cops and the people involved,
Yeah.
but we get to see a lot of hilarious shit now. It's been fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
The only thing I don't like is the option to turn it off. I'm
I don't
like,
like that
no.
either. It should always be on.
Yeah,
Fuck
it
that.
should like there should be no off button for
Like
those.
that's part of
And
the reason
they should also be charged if they ever go out of power. I think it.
that's part of the reason I have a problem. Like I said, the ATF raids earlier is because they don't have to wear body cams, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, I get it.
People have wound up dead in ATF raids, and
Yeah,
but they're not required to wear body cams.
yeah.
But by the way, the case where the lady getting charged with disorderly conduct happened in Rochester, Minnesota. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, there you go. The fact that she was in Minnesota is kind of questionable. Like she must have been in one of the rural areas.
Mm-hmm. She should move.
It also explains why there was a Somali man there. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
it happened at Soldier Field Memorial Park apparently.
hmm. Two things can be true at the same time. What else I got here?
Oh, the jury actually split the verdict.
Nice.
But let me look at this real quick. They did find her guilty on one count of disorderly conduct. What was the other thing? Let's see. Fine $1,000 since the 1 year probation and 200 hours of community work and 90 days in jail. She's going to jail for 90 days? Jesus Christ. Oh, they're asking me to subscribe. Fuck this. Back it out. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna. That's all I really ever know. That she got to spend 90 days in jail.
She's probably out on bond, but still,
I don't know. I
it's
mean,
just stupid. Something dumb.
eh, she's got to have at least time served usually in these cases, especially with something like 90 days in jail. Now, if she spent time in jail when she got first arrested, that'll go towards her total time served. But yeah, I mean, yeah, 200 hours community work, $1,000 fine, and 90 days in jail.
Yeah. Oh, what is the world coming to?
I mean, like if she would just called the kid a bastard instead, she would not be facing these
Oh no,
problems.
the charges would have been worse. No.
Nah, get out of here, little bastard.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe everybody should be like me and just use things when they're grammatically correct, and then I'll be.
I know what bastard means.
I know, but I'm saying that if you say things grammatically correct, you never run into this
I
problem.
mean, if a 9-year-old's in a park alone going through your bag, there's a good chance he's a bastard.
Yeah.
Where are your parents at?
Yeah. Well, do our recommendations.
I do have a recommendation.
I do as well.
It should be kind of obvious.
Dino Blade.
Yes, sir.
Have you even beat the game yet?
Hey, I played it for 2 hours, and I can tell you now, if you like hack and slash games or Souls-like games, either or, you're gonna enjoy the hell out of this game. And again, the game's not perfect. It probably use a good polish on it, but it's still fun. It's still kind of original. It feels extremely 90s in just the concept itself. We're just gonna have a dinosaur put a fucking sword in his mouth. All right.
All right. Well,
I did beat 2 bosses, by the way.
I already got it. My recommendation for this week is Noble Reincarnation.
Oh, shit.
'Twas a good anime.
Noble Reincarnation.
It is Noble Reincarnation, born blessed, so I'll obtain ultimate power. I like this style of anime where it's like
another OP 12-year-old, huh?
Yes and no. Like he gains he gets OP. But he gains most of his prowess through literally just being like the best like prince, like even like in politics. Which I like. I like it when they're just like really smart in politics, and that's how they like get most of their power. And then like, yeah, he's strong. So, like, he gets OP eventually with his with everything, but like he has to face his brother. His brother's plotting to kill his dad. There's the spoilers and all that. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you completely, but
why do you think it's another one of those powerful like adolescents? Yeah, because I hadn't seen it.
I want to say this one's not like it's not graphic. Like they don't show much, but boy, do they tell it like it is.
Well, question.
Like people just get poisoned for obvious reasons all the time. I like it.
Is there like a childhood friend love interest in the show?
Not really.
Okay.
Yes and no. Like yes, there's like people he's been around since he's a child, and they all want to be probably his wife, but he actually gets engaged to somebody in the anime, so it's not like. But at the same time, he's a prince, so he can like probably have as many wives as he wants.
Yeah, concubines.
Yeah.
Is he reincarnated from a person who was a fully grown adult or
close to an adult? Yes, but they don't even like. That's like the first 10 seconds.
Because
he gets reincarnated and then he's there, and then like they never address the reincarnation again. He
Well, no,
just
because I've heard people bring up now that like when somebody's like reincarnated from being like a somebody like who's an adult, like even in as young as their 20s, and they reincarnates and they're developing relations with people who are underage like they are in their new body. They're like people are claiming that's pedophilia. Like that person's a pedophile for finding somebody the same age attractive because they reincarnated with the brain of
well,
an adult.
so it literally says a young adult villager reincarnated as the 13th prince. Like you don't see the reincarnation. You don't like
Yes, but
all that happens is he just is there as the
that
13th prince now.
that well the point they're making though is when somebody who was a fully grown adult reincarnates as
Yeah.
into a child and falls in love with another person who like let's say they develop feeling for somebody who's also 12, like well that person's a pedophile because they are technically mentally
Yeah,
30
I
over 30
mean,
years old,
it is about kings, queens, and princes. They're all pedophiles
right?
anyway, so who cares? But
I'm just saying that's been a whole thing of conversation. Is it or is it not pedophilia whenever you reincarnate with all your memories intact and then you fall in love with somebody your same age?
I don't think it matters. I don't honestly don't. Like, who cares at that point?
Probably Twitter. If anybody cares,
Like
probably people on Twitter.
why do people on Twitter watch high school anime then? Like, please stop if you're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
You
they
shouldn't be allowed.
the people getting like ridiculous over My Hero Academia was pretty fucking wild to see.
Yeah. Like, if you think something's a pedophile, good. Stop watching it. Leave.
Tourist.
Yeah. Get out of there.
Tourist.
Like, you're the problem. You're seeing it that way. Like, if there was no one who ever saw anything in anime as pedophilia, well, guess what? It doesn't exist. All right. We're rating Gami. We'll see y'all another time.
Till then, stay
Yep.
safe, hug your loved ones,
Have fun.
and have a nice day.
I mean, is that a hot take?